Hello, and welcome to the glamorous world of drugs. My name is Skippy Simon. I'm in my office. As you can see, it's gorgeous. Pardon me. I love doing this because I don't really answer to anybody. I'm pretty much on my own to do this, and as long as I get my work done, that's all they care about. So that's what I'm doing right now. I gotta put more stickers onto eighths because that's how they, legally need to do things because everything has a QR code attached to it. And with that QR code, they can find out what batch it came from, the testing. That's one thing I do love about the marijuana industry is the fact that they test the material throughout the 90s and early 2000s. I was buying street weed and didn't know that it was filled with pesticides or fungicides or, any number of poisons. And I never knew. It's not one of those things you think about. Just like, oh, plant. Oh, okay. But needless to say, I'm very happy that they do testing. And I've seen what happens when they fail testing. I've thrown away thousands and thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars worth of marijuana over the years. It happens. But after this, I got to make up more eighths. I've got 2 pounds of incredibly gorgeous looking marijuana sitting right over there. I would put them on camera, but I know that this would become age restricted if I did that, so therefore, not gonna do it. It is a marijuana called LCGZ. It's lemon cherry gelato mixed with Skittles. That is some damn good genetics right there. That's mostly what, like, let me change this up real quick. Make it easier on myself. I'm doing the 2 bucket technique, which is where I use buckets to keep me from having to reach down. I have all my stuff elevated right here on either side of me. So, little technique I picked up in the military, which is everywhere is a workstation if you make it one. And that's what I did. I made my little workstation for right now, and then it will change after I'm done. And I get these in the system. But whatever, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about something that needs to be talked about. Because I live in Hollywood, California, and everyone loves actors. Oh my God, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not hating on actors, but I'm going to have to. Because I think that they're a bunch of paid liars. They are paid to rehearse somebody else's words and pretend to be somebody else. They are paid liars. And it helps me understand why America loves religion so much is because religion's a huge lie. It's like, I often wonder why society needs a lie to believe in all the time. I never understood that. Because for me, religions are just, domestication programs for the human animal. It's like, punishment reward type system. It's like, oh, if you're good, you go to heaven. If you're bad, you go to hell. But shit, that doesn't work. We got people killing each other in the Middle East for God. So, shut out the window. I don't know. I don't trust God because I don't believe in God. I never needed to. But whatever. If you need God, I'll. But like I said, I live in Hollywood, and I don't look at actors and actresses as heroes. I look at them as product placement. Technically, they're product placement for their movie. When they go on TV shows and talk about their movie, that's product placement. while they're on that TV show, they sell advertising, so that's more product placement. Everything is just product placement when it comes. That's part of the reason why I got out of the entertainment industry, is because I didn't want to be a product to be bought and sold. Because that's pretty much what's kind of happening in Hollywood right now. I mean, they're scared of AI. You know, they're scared of like AI taking over actors because they can basically replace the actors with an AI model. And yeah, I'm not in any interest in losing my identity that way, or having AI represent who I am as a person. But whatever. I want to say something because I did something a couple days ago. I was walking up to my vehicle because I parked on the street. I parked at a parking meter. I parked on the street because I had to wake up early to go to work, so the meters don't start until 8 a.m. And I knew I was going to be leaving before then, so I parked on the street. And when I got up early, there was a gentleman in a services truck, a garbage truck, and he was changing the bags of the garbage cans in my neighborhood. And I stopped him and I want to say, thank you so much for keeping my neighborhood clean. Thank you so much for keeping my neighborhood beautiful. And he was like, no, thank you. That means a lot. I'm like, no, you mean a lot. And I was being honest because I absolutely love Mr. Rogers called them the helpers. Okay. I'm a helper. I try to be a helper as much as possible. You know, I help the homeless. I just try to be a good person. You know, I believe in good karma. That's why I get parking spaces in my neighborhood, and just put out that good karma. You know, it's like the people at the local restaurants, they all know me because I frequent them and I treat everybody, you know, kindly and everything. And I treat everybody as an equal and just, you know, I'm not judgmental. And you know, there was a homeless gentleman outside of In-N-Out a couple days ago. And if I had a buck, I would have gave it to him, but I didn't. He wanted the rest of my water. And I was like, sure. You know, because I had a water cup, and I was like, he's probably thirsty as fuck. And, you know, and he was sitting there telling me about how, you know, he was just sitting there doing nothing. He was telling me it was like crashed out over like corn or what have you. And people just came over and just started agitating him and beating him up and stuff. And it's like, really? Like, I couldn't help but feel awful for the guy. I can't, I don't, you know, homeless, like, a lot of the reason why there's so much homelessness in America is because of capitalism, and no one seems to realize that homelessness is a direct reflect of capitalism not working. Okay? Capitalism is good for the rich. It ain't good for everybody. Like Reagan, he's the reason I spoke with that gentleman who was homeless, because Reagan, back in the 80s, Republicans, who are the American Nazi Party, Reagan closed all the insane asylums because it was a social program. We could do it out, right? So where did all those insane people go? They went on the street. Because we should rename America to Don't Careica, because it's obvious that, you know, the government doesn't care. The people, some of them do. Can't say all of them, because I know there's like a lot of people who just hate for no reason except to hate. But, you know, it's just sad that we have so much homelessness in the richest country in the world. You know, and all these Republicans are scared now because the Democratic Socialists are coming in. Ooh. Capitalism doesn't work. It's been proven. And also, white Christianity is not good. as a ruling class in America. It's just not. These white Christians, hey, if you want white Christianity, go move somewhere else. Go be your own little North Korea. Go to fucking Israel. Go to Bethlehem, the home of Jesus. But yeah, it's just, unfortunate and sad that more churches aren't helping the homeless. Instead, they're helping the fucking pastor buy another helicopter or a plane or a fucking Rolls Royce or a Rolex. It's disgusting. That's why I always say Jesus failed. Because he did. He failed. He fucking failed. Christianity is now a terrorist group in America. It's sad. It's like these Republicans like to argue that the KKK was started by the Democrats, but then it switched over to be Republican. But to be quite honest, if you look, they're a fucking Christian organization. That's why we gotta stop mixing politics and religion, because that just creates fascism, and I don't want that. Because I don't like politics or religion. Both bullshit. But humans are a dumb paper trained animal. That's why we have such things. I need to. My nose has been running out. Forgive me, that's the usual. I'm getting spotty. Once again, I want to get back to the point. I think that more people should thank the service workers, the garbage men, the people who keep the community clean. Because I do. And it doesn't hurt. I'll gladly tell someone, it's like, if I see a dude at the dog park who's making the place better, I'm like, thank you. You're doing a great job. It doesn't hurt to tell someone they're doing a great job. That's something I do here. I only have one coworker, and he's going to be in here whenever he gets here. He's got it like that. I'm happy he does. He's a really awesome dude. But the whole thing is like, we work together and we just don't bother each other. And we just, he does his thing, I do mine. And he's a great dude. And, but what was I gonna say? I don't know. I got stoned in the bathroom. But all I gotta say is, it doesn't hurt to be nice to people. I'm so glad. More people need to watch Mr. Rogers. Like, I hate Donald Trump for defunding PBS. I hate Donald Trump for many reasons. One, breaking up my family because, my parents growing up would always say, don't watch television, it'll rot your brain. And then I watched it happen with Fox News and their brains, and it's sad. I love my parents dearly. I accept them for who they are. The fact that they got conned into believing that Trump was some sort of anything other than a con man. I feel bad. It's sad to watch your parents be sucked into this mindset and then to try to get them out. My dad is at least, he's more fuck Trump than mom is. Because Trump's fucking with his money, fucking with his retirement, fucking with his Social Security, fucking with his Medicaid. And guess what? Dad's finally waking up and realizing, holy fuck, this guy's a fucking asshole. Which is what I've been saying forever, because I'm registered Democrat, but only because I wanted Bernie Sanders to be president. And also because I wanted to see Public Enemy when Bernie Sanders came to town. And I did. I'm still a registered Democrat, and I just don't care about the political system to go down and change it. I know that if I am going to vote, I'm not going to be voting Republican, because, like I said, that's the American Nazi Party. You cannot sway me any different. Excuse me. But it's sad, because I don't like the Democrats either. I like the Democratic Socialists that are coming in, because I myself, I lean more, I'm an anarchist, but I lean more socialist just because I understand how, socialism benefits everybody, where capitalism benefits a few. I'd rather everybody have a good time than a few people have a good time. Like I said, I mean, I've made videos about this, how the military taught me to be a socialist. I mean, I got free food, free clothing, free housing, free gun, medical, dental, everything covered. And still to this day, I mean, at the end of this month, I am having my 11th heart surgery. 11th! I hope they fix it this time. But here's the thing, okay? As I tell people, I'm having my 11th heart surgery, but it's cool because the 12th one is free. But they've all been free. I know, like, oh, somebody's paying, but yeah, I'm part of the military budget because I was in the military. And now that's the one thing about the military budget, because of such reckless spending, I'm always going to be taken care of. They're always, I mean, if you're going to send people to war and not give them benefits, fuck you. You know, I know a lot of veterans who don't like the VA hospital, and fuck them. You know, seriously, I mean, I love the VA. Love it. I mean, my therapist is amazing. And she has helped me a billion times. Both my therapists, I had two at one point. I had one, the one I currently talk to is just, she's kind of like, if you're not doing therapy, I highly recommend it. You know, if you just need someone to talk to. Because that's what therapy is you're talking to a stranger with a medical degree. And like I said, I convinced my best friend to do it too, and he loves it. You know, and it doesn't hurt, you know. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, therapy's great. The VA hospital's amazing, and plus they're French toast. My parents, I mean, they want to come back into town just for the French toast. My parents, they want to give more to the VA hospital. I went out yesterday, or no, yeah, it was yesterday. Oh no, 2 days ago. Went to the VA hospital. Wait, what day is it today? Huh? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Sorry. I went to the VA hospital on Monday. I went to the directory and asked them if I could find a list or a sheet of charitable organizations that directly donate to the VA hospital. And he said he couldn't give me that information. I had to go to this certain office. Unfortunately, they weren't open when I went there. But my parents and my older brother, they actively give to the VA hospital simply for a number of reasons. One, how well they treat me, because my parents and my brother have seen firsthand how amazing the VA hospital treats me. And two, how they treated them. Because the VA hospital put my older brother up because he was caretaking for me, and they gave him a place to stay. First, they didn't have room on the VA hospital grounds. They have a place called the Patriot House. They didn't have room. There were too many people staying there, so they put him up in a 5-star hotel. Like, that's amazing. And that was when I had my hip replacement surgery. In about 1.5 years' time, I had 6 surgeries. I can take it. You know, I'm looking forward to this next one. As I'm looking, I just wanted to get it over with. I just want to be in recovery. I just want to get out of the hospital and get back to living my life. I just want to get back to riding a bike at some point. That's all. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be stickering these damn things. Whoops. But yeah, like I said earlier, fuck actors, fuck actresses, fuck these influencers. All they're doing is trying to sell you shit. That's it. They're just trying to sell you shit. You know, I personally, that's part of the reason why I quit wanting to be an actor or an actress, is just because I didn't want to be a product that sold products. You know, I hate advertising. I didn't want to be part of it because I'm against it. But anyhow, what I'm saying is, you know, actors and actresses do not deserve the accolades they get. They already get everything for free. They're sponsored. They get free food, free everything. I know because I used to do it. I used to get craft services. It was awesome. But Um, yeah, I think if anything, people should respect the people who clean their neighborhood, like I do, because it's just the right thing to do, you know. But what do I know? I'm just some guy who's putting stickers on eighths. It's the glamorous world of drugs, but yeah, I just wanted to say that. There are people out there who care about your society, and they're great people. Thank them for cleaning, you know, because people are garbage. People just throw their garbage and expect someone to take, else to take care of it. Like when I lived in was in Japan for like 2 days. When I lived in Japan for 2 days, like they take care of it. There's like everything is clean. People actually care about. They don't spit on the ground. They really do care about their society. Not here in America. America, it's like somebody else will take care of it. I'm an elitist piece of shit. Oh shit, what did I do? I'm an idiot. That's what I am. But it's okay. I'm learning. But yeah. Entertainers are nice, they entertain you, but the people who take care of your neighborhood are even better. And I say go out there and thank them. They're good people. Alright, that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna get back to work. And just give you a sound. Glamorous World of Drugs.